This is a professional mochi maker. This is also a professional mochi maker.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be inviting a special guest to teach me how to make one of my favorite desserts. Okay, so the 5 ingredients are milk, sugar, glutinous rice flour, corn oil, and cornstarch. So the first thing is we have to pour 100 grams of glutinous rice flour. Okay, so we got 100 grams of glutinous rice flour, so let's move on to the next step. Okay, so the next step is to pour 170 grams of milk. Now we have around 170 grams of milk, and next step. So now we need 30 grams of cornstarch. Okay, so now we have our 30 grams of cornstarch. Next we have sugar, and sugar, the amount of sugar you pour kind of varies on how much sweetness you want in the mochi. So you can range from 30 grams to 50 grams, but now we're just gonna put 30 grams. Now we have 30 grams of sugar. Next step. So the next thing we need is 20 grams of corn oil.
I was going too fast, so pause the video.
So now we have our 20 grams of corn oil. Okay, so now that we have everything, we're just gonna combine all the ingredients into one big bowl, and yeah, milk goes in. Cornstarch goes in, glutinous rice flour goes in, sugar goes in, corn oil goes in, and then we're gonna mix it all up, and I'm gonna time lapse this so it doesn't take too much time. And you should keep mixing until it's all blended up in a gooey consistency. Okay, now you can go. Now it should look something like this. Okay, so now we're gonna put it into the strainer, and so what this is gonna do is this is gonna make sure there are no clumps in the liquid, which is gonna make it a lot smoother. Okay, so now we're gonna fill this pot up with water, and we're gonna let it boil. We're gonna put a steaming lid top thing on the pot, and if you don't have these, you can always find something that like has holes that you can just put in the water, and it still works. If you don't have the steaming lid, you can always use like something like this. Okay, so you're gonna wanna cover up the pot and then turn on the fire. You wanna wait until the water is boiled. And as we wait for the water to boil, we're going to put all of this into a stainless steel container. The next step is to wrap it up in stretch tie and then poke some holes with a toothpick. So my brother's gonna do that. Next step is to put some of this glutinous rice flour into a pan, and we're going to like fry it until it gets a yellowish color. I have to do this so that later on when we're making the dough and we're making the mochi doesn't stick to the like table. So now we're gonna put this into the top of the boiling water. So just like this. Wow, it's hot. To put this in, we're going to keep it on for 30 minutes on medium. We're gonna put a little bit of the glutinous rice flour onto the pan to fry it. Now you're gonna wanna make sure to stir it evenly so that it doesn't get burnt on one edge. Now, as you guys can see, after we have kind of fried the glutinous rice flour, it gets a yellowish tint to it, and that is what we want. The 30 minutes has gone by, and now we're going to turn off the heat, and yeah. And basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna wanna take it out and we're gonna put it on the stove. Take the plastic wrap off, and then you're gonna use a toothpick to poke a little hole inside, and as long as this doesn't stick to the toothpick, you're good. Cooling should take around 1 to 2 hours, so we'll be back. Okay guys, so it's been 2 hours now, and so we are going to start preparing the mochi. So there are a few things that we need, so you can have any fruit of your choice. Right now we're using strawberries and possibly mangoes. And next thing is some whipped cream just to put inside the mochi. And you want to make sure you've got your glutinous rice flour that you've cooked up ready to go. And make sure that you have your dough with you. So after you've prepared all of these ingredients that we prepared previously, you're going to want to dice up some strawberries or any fruit of your choice. So yeah, let's go there. Okay, so now we got our strawberries, so let's set this aside so that we can prepare the mochi. So basically, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna put your mochi dough onto a cupcake mold, like that. And then you're gonna wanna put however much fruit as you want. So don't overfill it and don't underfill it because you want the perfect amount. And you're gonna add a little bit of this whipped cream. And then you're gonna bring the bottom edges up towards the center, like the top center. And what it's gonna do is it's kind of gonna make like a dumpling mold kind of. And so once all the dough is at the top, you're gonna want to turn it around, and you're gonna want to kind of turn it around and kind of mold it into a circle shape. And you're going to keep doing this with all the rest of your mochi pieces. Guys, so I just finished making all the mochi, and my brother already ate a few. So this is the finished result, and this is what the inside looks like. So there's strawberries, there's whipped cream, and if it's not enough, you can always add more. So yeah. That's really good. That's really good. Well, you can always add more. So that concludes the video. Hopefully you made it and hopefully you like it. And yeah.